And we're live. What's happening, everybody?
Woo.
You already know what it is. It's Thursday night, which means it's Nooner Nation time, y'all. Me, 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 me. Actually, I have a button for that. Nope. There it is. I always forget which button's what. I didn't want to accidentally hit the JJ button when JJ's not around.
It'd be hilarious to hit the JJ button right at the top.
Yeah.
Oh, my lucky stars, a Negro.
And we also have still have the
69, dudes!
That was from last week's episode, which go watch. For some reason, episode 69's numbers weren't all that great. That was an awesome episode. That was one of those fun episodes we've done in a while, too.
You know,
It
we're
was
all
really
pretty
fun. Fuckers, go watch it.
So go watch episode 69. If you've already seen it, go watch it again. Okay? Oh, what's going on? Oh, there we go. That's why. That's why I'm hearing myself, because I don't have my Facebook on mute. Rookie mistake as usual from old Bill over here. But what's going on? It's been a busy week. Got no notes, so we'll just see where this thing goes. But
I mean, I got something to say at the top.
what do you got to say?
R.I.P. Iron Sheik.
Dude, that guy. Hold on, before we get into that, Jake just came off of episode 1 of Sound Check with the Space Cowboy. It's unlisted, kind of like how Drinking Bros does with Patreon. It'll go to Patreon eventually once I figure out, how that all works. And I looked at it briefly this morning, and you got to jump through some hoops to live stream through Patreon that I just didn't have time to check. But we'll get there. But yeah, definitely go keep an eye out, before the Thursday night episodes. Jake's going to hop on an unlisted channel, and we'll shoot the link out to everybody, and you can go hang out with him in the live chat, listen to some music, ask him weird questions, smoke weed and ask him about the, was it the Hermes paradox or Fairies paradox? Whatever. But anyways, so yeah, Iron Sheik
Fermi
died.
paradox?
What was it?
The Fermi paradox, I think it is.
Fermi paradox. Oh no, I went like a deep diving down a rabbit hole on that on YouTube this week, and it's. If you ever want to have an existential crisis, start thinking about how big the galaxy is, and we're the only life apparently in it. So.
Or just do DMT.
I thought that one dude is saying we're not, Bob Lazar's been saying this whole time, and everybody's been like, shut up, Bob.
Shut
Fuck
up.
Bob Lazar is a goddamn liar.
Damn it, Bob. Well, that's the thing. I mean, the Fermi's paradox is essentially there's
It's a terrifying one.
an astronomer, this Fermi guy, and just asked statistically, there should be plenty of life in the universe. So where is everybody? Because I think I might have said it last episode, but if there's a 1 in 400 million chance that life can be created on a planet, then there should be 100 million planets in our galaxy that have life on them.
But there's not.
So there's all these different theories within the paradox, like the dark forest theory, we're all in the same galaxy, but just for some reason we can't see each other. And then the creepiest one of all is that we are literally the only ones of all the universe. So
You know what I think is more creepy than all that shit?
Huh.
Is we don't even know what the fuck is on the bottom of this earth.
maybe that's where they're all at. They're hiding in an abyss.
We're done exercise. We know all this shit about space and outer space and all this dumb shit about places we'll never go. And even on this little fucking blue marble that we're on, we don't even know we don't know fuck all about it. We know about space though. We don't understand the Earth or what we don't know.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
that's where the aliens are, an abyss. Have you ever seen that movie?
Ooh, that's a good one.
We'll have to add that to the watch along list when we do the Patreon.
I see a circle with what looks like water in it. Is that the abyss?
It's Ed Harris and the chick that plays
Yes.
Tony's sister in Scarface. And they're it's an oil drilling rig near the Marianas Trench or something like that. And then a nuclear sub goes down the trench, and they're hired to go down and find it. And spoilers, there's aliens down there. But it's a pretty good movie. Yeah, the real famous scene was like where the water forms kind of like the water snake and comes through the ship.
You know, that was like the first big use of CGI in a movie, right?
Yeah, I think that was like how James Cameron got like. Yeah, I think he was either coming off of Terminator 2 or that scene like got him Terminator 2.
I think that's the one that got him Terminator 2 because he
Lloyd,
was the same.
Lloyd asked if you can move the cursor off of my forehead.
Nope. Oh,
I
there we
just
go.
fucking saw it.
Here you go. What's off your forehead now?
I didn't even notice that either.
We'll just move it down here. So I didn't notice that either. Whatever. We were dealing with some sound issues right before we went live. Because Charlie, typical woman, like fashionably late.
1 minute
Well,
before
I'm
we went
sorry.
live.
I didn't start getting ready until 15 minutes, 20 minutes before. Okay, I did this that quickly. Suck it.
Yeah, you need a shot, and I need to light this up because of that.
So you don't just like wake up in the morning and do the shadowy eyes and the lipstick just to hang out at the house.
Why would I do that?
I don't know. I don't know your life. Like,
No.
Yeah, speaking of the pre-show, I rolled this like most perfect blunt on that pre-show. It's so beautiful.
do you roll that by hand? Or do
Oh,
you have like a
yeah.
little device?
Oh no, I got it up, rolled it up nice and tight. It's so nice.
Yeah, I have like literal like R word fingers when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like no dexterity. Like if I tried to like roll a blunt, I don't even know. It looked like the like worst fucking burrito you've ever seen in your life. Like as you're lighting it, it's just like falling apart.
Like a Chipotle burrito that like rips in half.
Or I've had to just like
Roll it.
lick. I've just had to like lick it so much to get it to stick together that it just won't light anymore.
I was taught with a dollar bill.
Like roll it in the dollar bill. Dollar bill, y'all.
And then that way you
Great
can't get
method.
incriminated because it's like public property.
Yeah, well, I think like isn't there like the thing that there's like trace amounts of cocaine on like 90% of the $100 bills in circulation or
Yeah.
something like
And
that?
there's butthole
And-
juice on 99% of all the ones.
I can see that.
There's a lot of doo-doo matter on that too, so.
Oh, poo is everywhere. Like, poo and like depending on like what crime series you're into, there's just cum everywhere too.
Poop, cum, and
Yeah.
blood.
One of my friends was a bank teller, and they had to wear gloves when they went through the money because they would get so filthy by the end of it that they were like, "Don't put your actual fingers on this." So it's pretty fucking gross.
Yeah, I can see that. I remember like in high school working at the car wash, I got tipped in cash all the time. And, like the end of the week, I'd like go through it, like stack it and count it and all that stuff. And like by the end of it, like my hands would be like super just dirty. Money's
You know, what-
fucking money's dirty. So maybe there's a whole thing about like getting rid of cash.
You know, when I was working one of my first jobs, like we got tips every day, so we'd have to go through it for 20 people and just count it out and put it aside. And we'd always wear gloves, and they'd be the nastiest fucking things after. Be like black and brown. Ugh.
Yeah,
Grody.
dirty, dirty money.
Well,
But back to the Iron Sheik passed away. Do we know what? Was it just like natural causes?
He was 81, probably stroked out, raging about his 10-inch cock.
Well, I mean, from what I saw of his Twitter leading up to his death, man,
Fuck Hulk Hogan!
that dude was just going off on shit. Like,
Fuck the wildfires!
I mean, I'm assuming he lived up in like New England
I don't know.
and or maybe New Jersey and was like affected by all the smoke and was like, "Fuck that."
Fuck
what
this
I
shit! I'm too old.
Right? Maybe that's why he died. Maybe he was maybe he developed asthma.
Fucking fentanyl got his ass.
Where did the Iron Sheik live? Well, no, I know he's from Iran.
Cocaine is natural causes.
He
Yes,
came-
it is, boom.
He came from. He was born in Iran back when he would have been considered Persian.
Whoa. The Persian prince himself.
Back when Iran was like dope, right? Like, because before that whole thing, that
Yeah, no, like before the 70s, it was pretty fucking dang.
before the movie Argo was set, like it was all fucking cool. That's where like was it the
Thanks, US.
what's like it wasn't there like a isn't there like a Bravo show about people like rich people that immigrated here during that whole
Is
thing?
there?
The Shahs of Sunset. They're all Persian.
Fuck.
Like
Maybe.
super they're like these super rich like real estate people, I'm guessing, if they're on Bravo. Yeah, it doesn't say.
Hmm.
From a small village in Iran.
Let's see. Let's see what the
I had a
left
dude
is.
my age introduce himself to me, and he told me he was Persian, and I told him to shut the fuck up, and that place didn't exist.
Lloyd said he lived in Georgia.
Georgia, Smyrna. Sorry, that's what
Oh,
Sarah
so he
said.
was just talking shit. Then I like it. I appreciate that even more. Actually.
Yeah, he had the one tweet is like, "Whoever let the dogs out can go fuck themselves."
I love how violent that man was for
I
everything.
love it. Like, who's
Hold
just
on, let me
saying
go-
random shit like
I know that. I know
Like,
they
we
already
had
went
that
over
at
this
Trump
on
at one
another
point.
show, but
The
like
Iron fucking Sheik says that.
they gave some good ones on RPR, but there was a couple that they missed that I thought were pretty damn funny. We'll have to like
Which ones you got?
I gotta look
Well,
up his Twitter.
one thing I do want to point out here is that talking about this guy, which I don't watch wrestling, I know only Hulk Hogan, but and that's only because he made movies like Suburban Commando.
Suburban Commando.
Um,
Yeah. Man, that's a deep cut Hulk Hogan movie.
But-
Whoa.
With Christopher Lloyd.
Was it with like the metal head,
Uh huh.
the metal skull? Yeah.
Yeah, and at the end, Christopher
Um,
Lloyd like blasts the stoplight with the ray gun.
I don't remember that much. But about this Iron Sheik guy, no one is fucking talking about his wrestling career with him. They're like talking about him like after his career. Like no one's like, oh man, he was like so great.
Yeah, no, he was a
No.
heel in the era of heels. He was like one of the most hated people in WWF at the time because
Oh, was
Hulk
he a
Hogan,
villain? See, I don't know dick about this. I don't
Yeah,
know
no,
anything about the characters.
Hulk Hogan represented America and Iron Sheik represented the Middle East,
And that was
the-
like during
America's
like the
number
Cold
one enemy.
War, right? Or not the like Desert Storm and shit like that. So it was like shit was popping off in the Middle East. So it was like, ugh. Or am I getting that wrong too?
I'm on Twitter. I don't understand how fucking Twitter works, so I can't pull up his thing. So whatever.
I can grab them real quick.
I remember there was one I was like, fuck. I mean, like I wish they called out that one. Thunder
What
in
was the
Paradise,
producer?
Lloyd, another very good Hulk Hogan vehicle. Probably what made him move to Tampa. They had that boat that looked like a cigarette boat, but then for somehow it had like an entire like, ops center underneath it. Did you ever watch that one?
Wizard of Oz, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, go fuck yourself. Retweet if you're not a jabroni.
Jesus. Yeah. Apparently he just used Twitter to be a crotchety old man on the internet.
Fuck the May.
Still be a villain. Fuck all these things. But hey, like if you can't be in your fucking 70s using this crazy shit and not saying that stuff, like come on.
I mean,
You're missing out.
it's a wonder. It really is a wonder on there, him as much as he used it and the shit he said that like an N-word never came up.
I'm surprised.
I mean, he's fucking Iranian. Like,
I mean, he never said any slurs, though, right? You can't just single one out of all the ones that exist. It's not like he was using all kinds of other slurs and shit.
I bet there's some in there. Come on now.
Didn't use that one singular one.
Or, any
In
of
the
the
digital or
variants.
physical world, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, Suburban Commando. What was the one with the guy? God, what was that movie? Mr. Nanny,
Yeah.
where it also had Sherman Hemsley in it. You don't remember that? And
No.
the dude
I'm
had like
sure I saw
dude
them,
had like
but
the
it's
dude had
been
like a
since I was
metal cap on his
small
head.
child. That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I remember the metal.
That's
I
Mr.
remember
Nanny.
that.
That's Mr. Nanny.
Okay.
And the guy's got the kid has like the electrified toilet seat and the poison ivy toilet paper.
What the fuck?
All right, adding
know.
this one to the list. Hold on.
All I remember is this metal skull.
This movie
And then
sounds
Hulk
fucking
Hogan.
nuts.
Just imagine a movie literally like just made to be a Hulk Hogan vehicle. Where was it?
Just to like promote Hulk Hogan as America or what?
Like in 1993.
Oh, womb.
I know, it's just like. Sorry, my mic fell out of just outrage. No, not outrage, but out of clutching my pearls, my fucking mic fell.
Yeah, I'm not gonna repeat that one right now.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, let's
Even
not
though
do
in reality, technically, there's neither of those two words, whether separate or put together, is offensive to YouTube. But if you put them together in this certain context of the conversation, YouTube might have a problem with that, and most of the free speaking world.
Oh, this one's getting good.
Would I get in trouble if I played the trailer for Mr. Nanny? I probably
that.
would.
You might get a copyright. Oh, well, I don't know. You're not getting paid for this.
I don't know.
so-
I really need to look into that because if I pull something off of YouTube to play on YouTube,
Is it like public domain at that
I
point?
don't know.
Or like YouTube's like, no. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll forego that.
I
now.
mean-
I'll look closer into that. I also need to figure out how I can get like, from a production side, like how I can, if we did show it, like I can get it full screen, to where we can see it, like we all can see it, and then everybody watching can also see it full screen. So
Yeah.
I need a
Maybe,
Giorgio,
like-
Brad.
Yeah.
Write that down. Brad's back. I'll let him out of the cage for
fuck yeah.
tonight. Brad
Bradfy? No, that's too. No.
Brad would be.
Bradford?
Well, they have, Tetherball has Hot Bob, so I figured we just have like, I don't know,
Come on. Can we have a Bradford?
Sad Brad.
like meh Brad,
Sad Brad.
sad Brad, emo Brad. Yeah. Can you imagine there's an emo kid named Brad?
I can guarantee it's
I'm
happened.
sure he exists somewhere.
And he's just like he's even more emo because his name's fucking Brad, which is like some.
Goes by Bradley.
Yeah, Bradley. There you go. Bradley.
Bradiel?
Oh,
No.
oh, it's Bradley.
Call me Brad. It's Bradley.
Bradtholomew?
Brad Tholomew. What would be the emo name
Right.
for Brad? But I mean,
Bratty.
producer Brad over there probably uses what Womb said on a daily basis,
Oh yeah, he definitely uses that word.
regardless of nationality. Like if you're just slightly tan, you're getting
Brad could be short for something else
Brad.
that's not English.
It's not English. I don't know.
Yeah, like there's a lot of names that probably have the word Brad in it somewhere that you can just be like, yeah, you're just gonna call you Brad.
Imagine like a Persian
like Lex,
dude.
like
Imagine
Alexander, but they call him Lex.
imagine an emo Persian dude.
They would have the great hair for it. Let's be honest.
They would.
This swoosh, so thick and luscious.
It's like a lion's mane. Just.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, like My Chemical Romance in a Middle Eastern accent just doesn't come off real great.
I mean, you don't know that. We've never heard it.
Yeah, I wonder.
Oh.
Yeah, I wonder if there's like a Middle Eastern emo cover band.
I heard a Mexican band singing Queen, and it was one of the best things I've ever heard ever.
Have you seen that one of them doing System of a Down?
Yes, I was about to say, I think I've seen one that was System of a Down too, and it was just like, this is wonderful. I love this. So it could be a fucking banger. Is what I'm saying. Like, don't pre-shit on it.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I mean, a little less out of, or I guess a little more in the realm of normality for cover bands when I was in Nashville with all the people last summer, 2 summers ago, whatever. They there was a Queen, an all-female Queen cover band.
Ooh, I think I've heard of them. They tour around and everything too.
I think so. They're really good. But I woke up the night that was like
Killer
we were.
Queen or something.
Yeah, I don't even fucking know. We were somewhere on what's the Nashville, the big party street in Nashville. It's not Beale Street, 'cause it's Memphis. Whatever that one is.
That street in Nashville that everyone goes to.
Yep, but that one. The one that's like now the bachelorette party capital of the world.
The one that wants to be 6th Street.
Yeah, pretty much the one that would be 6th Street. But yeah, I woke up. It was a blast. We were having fun. Woke up the next morning. I was like, why do I have like a 7-minute video on my phone? And it was like me in the bar, like videotaping everyone going nuts to Bohemian Rhapsody. And it was fun, but it's like that video has never seen the light of day. And at one point, I was like giving Last Row Lopez the party boy treatment, and he was not having it.
That's hilarious.
Hey,
Oh, I love that guy.
we're having fun. I was I was balls deep in like $19 double Maker's Marks, So, I know. I think. Broadway Street, William. Yeah, Broadway. Yeah, I got there, and
Thanks, buddy.
I went there with another guy that I was staying with for the weekend. I was like, I'm hanging at your house. Like, I'll get the first round. I was like, can I get like 2 double Makers with just like the tiniest splash of ginger ale in it? I was like, yeah, sure. And she like brings them up. She's like, that'll be like $49.50. And I was like, no, I said like just 2, like not the bottle. She's like, no, that's two doubles, so like 4 shots, like comes out to be like $50. So I was like, oh yeah, so I'm gonna be sipping on this for a while.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Shit.
I went to a restaurant in Santa Fe here one time, and they didn't have like soda fountain or like water at the time, so it was like lemonade and alcohol. And I got a double lemonade or double Tito's and lemonade, and it was like $29. And I was like, what the fuck?
Ugh. Even though lemonade and vodka is pretty good. Can't go wrong with lemonade and vodka.
It's hard to fuck up anything with vodka.
I don't
unless it's
know.
like a soda.
Unless you put hot chocolate in a hot chocolate.
I have a hard time wrapping my mind around White Russians.
Cream and vodka
Why?
is disgusting. They curdle.
Like I don't
What
know.
the fuck they don't? You don't use that much fucking creamer.
Isn't it milk?
It's supposed
Isn't
to be
it
half and
milk?
half, and it's supposed to be a fucking splash of it. It's not supposed to be mostly cream. Fuck! How the fuck are you making your drinks?
Also, maybe I'm
Nice.
just too fucking red-blooded American to drink anything with the word Russian in it.
Especially something
Oh,
you find in a
horse shit! A red-blooded American would say that has alcohol in it. Thank you very much. And fucking drink it and shut the fuck up.
Got booze in it? Sweet.
Mhm.
I ain't drinking that no commie bullshit. It looks like fucking horse cum.
No, the first time I actually had a Colorado Bulldog was at my grandmother's wedding when she was turning like fucking 88.
What is that?
It's a White Russian with a splash of Coca-Cola in it, so it tastes like
A
chocolate
bulldog?
milk. And no, it's really good actually. And
I can see that.
everybody was drinking those, and so I asked for one. I was 17 at a country club, and since my whole fucking family was there, they were like, "Yeah, she can drink. She's with her family."
Oh,
They said,
And not to
"Yeah."
mention, if you're at a country club and you're 17, they're like, let's get this girl drunk. You know?
Yeah.
Well, the ones that were making it were like, and I was like, "This is my grandmother's fucking party. Serve me." And they were like,
That's fine.
"Fine."
My sister-in-law's Sweet 16 had an open bar for the
Oh,
adults. It was in a very, very low-lit room at the Des Moines Embassy Suites. So, like, I don't know how well they were reading the fucking IDs, you know?
If they were even reading them.
My grandmother's parties would get nuts. The grandkids mostly weren't allowed, is what my parents told me. I think that kind of more translated to, we fucking go
Yeah.
and we go hard, and we don't want our fucking kids there. Like, no, you're not gonna go.
Yeah. I mean, I
So
get
being
it.
17 was the first and only time I got to go. And because I remember, like, one time I was little, my mom came back and I was like, what the hell is that on your straw? And she was like, it's nothing. It was a dick. And I was like, why did you have penises at grandma's party? Like,
Grandma's
what?
a freak.
Yeah.
They just got fucking
Grandma ain't dried
wild.
up yet. Like, pff, come on.
She'll
It
sleep when
was-
she's dead, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
It was wild. I do have a funny story from that though.
Grandma
and
stays wet, son.
I straight up thought my aunts were going to fist fight because they got so pissed at each other. And like at the beginning when we first got there, because
Damn, before the alcohol even got flown?
yes, yeah.
Was they
So-
pregame? Did
What
they pregame?
what had happened was
What had happened
Ooh.
was
Here's
my-
the tea, sweeties.
the oldest child had already been there, and her younger sister walks in wearing a fur coat, full length fur coat, and
we
you
talking
just
mink, chinchilla,
it's probably
fox,
it might have been fox,
panda.
Coyote.
and panda.
Can't even have that.
All I hear is that mama's coat, in like a real deep voice, and I was like, oh shit.
It's going
Ah!
down.
And, like everyone shut the fuck up. Like you could have heard a pin drop, and then the aunt with the coat just like starts doing this sashaying thing, like rubbing it in her face, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. And then you see my grandmother walk in with her fur coat on, and so she was like, what the fuck? Like, so my grandmother had bought my aunt a fur coat, and she had told, and she said it in front of everyone, like, all you have to do is, you know, give up your titties for them. So
Holy shit.
that aunt had had breast cancer and had to have all that mastectomy, all that
that's
shit
good.
done. And because, you know, she went through all that, my grandma had bought her own fur coat.
This does also give me an idea as if the first time we do like, or I guess the next nooner party, the three of us, fur coats.
Oh, 100%. I already have one.
Even
It's
if
fake.
it's even, oh yeah, I'm not buying a fucking real one. Not for any ethical reason. She goes like, I'm not wearing this shit again. But I'm telling, I want to be like fucking Joe Namath. I want to have like a huge fucking collar, like bang, bang. I'll even buy one that's fucking panda print just to piss people off.
Well, actually, you
I'll
might be
break
able
out
to
my
get
number one
that.
stunner gold chain.
The place where I got mine, it's called like Spirit Threads or something like that, and it's all faux fur, but they actually give to like wildlife. It's Spirit something. If you look that up with like faux fur,
What's
it'll come
wildlife
up.
going to do with fur coats?
Yeah, no, they're already warm enough.
Well, it's going to give money to give to the the conservation.
Can you
So it's like,
imagine?
give them fucking doggy chow.
I already know. If I ever
Imagine
get,
a panda in a panda coat.
if I ever get fuck you money, I'm gonna have a fucking silverback gorilla that has its own fur coat.
And a chain.
Oh, and a chain. Well, it's already got.
You
I mean,
shave it so it needs the coat.
The chain goes without saying. It's gonna have a
No,
fucking
you get one
chain.
of those hairless albino gorillas.
It's gonna be called Furious George.
Get a vanilla gorilla.
You just like, I just like, you know, I just keep him dosed up on tranquilizers, so he's like chill.
Just some Xanax and
And he
ketamine.
just like hangs out with me, like he just like sits on a beanbag in my room smoking blunts all day, in a fucking fur coat.
They do smoke. They can smoke. Have y'all watched that? I fucking can't remember that comedian's name.
Chimps love cigarettes.
He has, yeah, that comedian. He has like cerebral palsy.
Oh
worked
yeah,
at a
like something
zoo.
blue or something like that.
Yeah.
Josh Blue.
Josh Blue. Yeah, he's gonna be in Des Moines in a couple weeks actually.
And yeah, he worked at a zoo and with a gorilla that smoked.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's-
I've seen videos of like
fun.
monkeys in Indonesia drinking beer and shit.
Oh yeah, they get addicted to shit real quick.
Monkeys, they're just like us.
I mean, There's
Well,
no doubt.
there's a
You-
lot of animals that get high off of shit. Like koalas, they just eat the eucalyptus, right? Eucalyptus, and they get fucking high off of it.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
no,
I
they
know,
get so fucked up off of it they fall out of trees.
I
They
know like
fall out of trees.
koalas all have like chlamydia or something, don't they?
Lloyd said, "Let's talk about ketamine."
Or syphilis, I can't remember.
Let's talk about ketamine. I've never been on
Okay.
ketamine that I know of. I've had
Pretty fun.
I'm thinking about doing it.
I've had a lot of surgeries. I don't know what the fuck they give me. They gave my wife fentanyl when she was having our kids, and she's like, "This stuff's dope." I was like, "Yeah."
Oh yeah, fentanyl's super cheap, and it's usually better. Like, cause a lot of patients have reactions to morphine
Yeah.
more often, more often than not, and like it doesn't really do much for pain, but fentanyl does. So I specifically remember a nurse giving a patient fentanyl one time, and she was having to push it really slow, and the patient was complaining about it, and she was like, "I'm sorry, if I push this any faster, you'll stop breathing." I was like, "Oh shit."
You push it any slower, I want to stop breathing.
So I mean, there are so many people who are, I'm sorry, straight up fucking bitches when you go into the fucking hospital system and you're like, it hurts. It's like, suck it the fuck up and quit being a
does
baby
it
back
hurt,
bitch.
or is the fact
Fuck.
that you like have a broken arm just incredibly uncomfortable? You know?
They didn't have a fucking broken arm. That's the thing. They had a tummy ache.
I wasn't crying when my nose was broken, and it was sitting across half my
I
face.
beg to
No,
differ.
I'm talking about
If
when
you
people
broke-
are
if you
getting
broke your
shot, like
nose,
getting
your
the
eyes were
IV, and
watering.
they're crying out loud. Dude, it took fucking an hour and a half, 2 hours for a dude to have a fucking IV because he was making that big of a fucking wham baby cry session about it. It was fucking ridiculous because he had a he had an ultrasound pending, and I was like, I'm supposed to get these done within 30 minutes. I need the patient, and they were like, we need an IV on him, and he's just not cooperating.
Put him out.
Holy fucking balls, dude.
Put him out. You know.
Not to just absolutely shit on people, but get it
People can
together.
be people can be pussies. You know.
Oh yeah, there was a full-grown man yelled at my sister's face. She was giving him an IV before he got something done at the cardiac cath lab. So she was giving him an IV. She was 9 months pregnant, and he was screaming in her face, "You're hurting me!" Because of an IV. Full-grown man. 9 months pregnant.
IVs
woman.
aren't that bad. I've had plenty of them. I even had one, like it took them like a couple sticks.
Ooh, those are the worst.
Granted, it was not fun. It definitely like wasn't a pleasant experience to have to like try a couple times in each hand to get the IV.
Did they dig in it though? Like,
It
did they
wasn't
stick
fun.
and then wiggle?
Yeah, it wasn't fun. It was not a great time. But I wasn't like, this hurts. I was like, okay. They're like, are you
So
okay? Like,
that's-
yep, I'm good. I'm
Especially
good.
when you can feel the needle moving around under your skin and you can see it, and it's like, oh.
I will do like kind of like a PSA. Don't let them do that to you.
Huh.
Just say, get someone else, because they're
Yeah. Hey, we're bringing.
some people can hurt.
It's been a long day, honey. Like, let's bring in the second string, okay?
Yeah. So, okay. So this, I will
right, Joe
kind of
Botso.
ease up on what I was saying earlier on that. My mom's a really hard stick, and so I have witnessed this multiple times with her, and people just having a hard time. And so she's gone through it, and so she got to the point where she was like, "You are not going to fucking dig in me," because that just tells me you're not. It's not going to happen. Stop trying. I'm not going to let you do this to me.
If I recall correctly, because this is when I had, so when I was 15, I had like all my ribs broken and then like a bar put in to reset everything. This is when they went to go take it out, which so I was a senior in high school, I guess, so 17. But yeah, I remember them like just trying forever to get it in both hands, and then eventually they just like put it in my like in my elbow, which I guess is not
Yeah.
preferable. But they're like, hey, we're done. Like, we can sit here all night fucking you up. We're just gonna put it in your elbow or whatever, you know, the inside
Yeah.
elbow. I don't know what the medical term for that is.
I argue
Little.
that
I know this. I know
Um,
this is my
tattoos
weenus.
and IVs are different. way different.
But they don't like putting it in the elbow because you can't bend your arm,
Mm-hmm.
and if
That
you
was the
do bend
problem.
it, it can fuck it up, and so that's why they prefer the hand because
Yeah. Hey, well, it's like, like Celine Dion. It's all coming back to me now. Yeah, they put it in my elbow, and then they like ace banded, like they taped it, and then like ace bandaged the fuck out of my elbow to where I like couldn't really even bend it.
yeah,
So, fun times.
you could have had him do it in your neck. I've seen that.
I've seen somebody get a shot in their neck before because they couldn't find a place in their arm to do it.
Ooh.
What?
Yeah.
Like a vein they couldn't
Yeah.
find, or okay.
Some like, yeah,
Wow.
some big old boy. They're like, we're gonna have to put this in like your neck. And he's like, what? Hey, dude,
Yeah.
you wear a
Right into your
you wear a
fucking jugular.
6X shirt. Your life's gonna be complicated.
Thinking
I didn't even know they made ankle monitors that big, to be honest.
Lizzo size.
Yeah.
Might have had to get a little MacGyver with it. You never know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna stick this in your fucking tongue, dude. Or like in your butt. Like, you imagine like having to get a shot in your butthole because the only
Or
place.
like right in your gooch.
Yeah, right in the taint.
I mean, there's no like, it's not very vascular there. So, no, you wouldn't.
No, it is vascular though. The dick.
Right into the base of your cock.
Well, I mean, you do have like the
Like-
seminal vesicles up in there, but.
Well, isn't that what they do? Like, wasn't it like all these old fucks? Like, aren't they getting like injections into their dicks to like get hard?
Yeah, they're also getting this thing to like straighten it out. Have you ever seen those ads on the old people TV?
Yeah. Is that a shot?
Yeah, it's like a bent carrot, and then it's like Botox into the dick, like reshape it.
Huh. I feel like if it's Botox in your dick, that's gonna like long term create worse issues. But I guess if you're having that like long term's not really.
If you're
a big
that
deal.
old already, though, like,
Fuck it.
Fuck it, this shit's
no
gonna be
one's
straight.
going to lose at that point.
Yeah, fuck it. I don't
That's
know.
wild. But does insurance pay for it? That's
That's
Yes.
the
That's
question.
what I want to know.
Does insurance pay for it?
I think it falls under the same thing as like the old men getting their testosterone paid by their insurance.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
That's pretty fucked up because I don't know if insurance even pays for like women's hormones.
I don't know. I know. I knew a girl. Well, I guess a woman because we were out of high school. We were in college, and she had a noticeably smaller boob on one side, and insurance paid. Like they petitioned her parents. Her parents of all people petitioned for her to have a boob job to make them symmetrical, and they paid for it.
Yes. Yeah. So I have
It's like
heard
a-
of that.
It's like a quality of life thing, right?
I know. Who wants to go around with like some weird like? You got like imagine trying to buy bras when you got like a B on one side and a C on the other.
Yeah. Like at that point, it's, I guess, a deformity and.
It's like, did you guys ever watch that?
Like
Adam Sandler
your
movie?
boobs look like Steve Buscemi's eyeballs.
Oh.
Did you ever watch that Just Go With It Adam Sandler movie with him and Jennifer Aniston?
Is that the one with
That lady that goes in because her boob popped on the car door?
Yeah.
is that the one with what's her name? What was the model? Decker?
Brooklyn Decker. Yeah.
Brooklyn Decker. Yeah, and he's into her, so he hires his assistant, right, or something, Jennifer Aniston, to pretend to be his wife or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
His ex-wife.
Ex-wife. Again, Adam Sandler, man, genius. He's just like, know what I want to do? I want to go hang out with Brooklyn Decker and Jennifer Aniston in Hawaii. Let me just write a movie about that.
It was a great fucking movie. Like, it's super enjoyable to watch. Like, him and Matthew McConaughey are the kings of rom-coms.
Or him and David Spade hanging out in Costa Rica in 2019? For
Yeah.
do-over?
Yeah. Or I mean, I think the GOAT is Tarantino and casting Selma Hayek to stick her toes in his mouth.
Oh, king shit.
Cause he's a
Yeah.
foot dude. He could self-proclaimed foot dude.
Because wait a minute. Did he do the screenplay?
Yeah. That's so From Dawn to Dusk is Tarantino
From
did
Dusk
not
Till
did not
Dawn.
Dusk Till Dawn. Dawn Till Dusk would have been a different movie. Actually, would have been very uneventful. Um, in the case of that movie, but I think he was a producer, and like he didn't direct it and he didn't write it, but I think he was a
Right.
producer.
Because it was Robert Rodriguez, but I don't remember like who was credited as writing it.
Maybe it was him. I don't know.
Because I've heard that, but like I'm like, oh yeah, he absolutely did that. But then I was like, wait a minute, he wasn't the director. Did he write it? Did he write that in? That he,
Well, I mean, a director doesn't really have a whole lot of say in casting all the time. He's a writer,
Okay.
writer and producer actually. So
He's just like, so this guy that looks like me will cast me to do it. Gets Selma Hayek's foot shoved in his mouth. All right, guys.
I'm not. Here's the thing. I'm not a foot guy, but Selma Hayek can stick her foot in my mouth. I don't care.
And
I wouldn't
I
say
wonder
no.
if he had cared if it was Selma specifically, or any actress they had cast for that role.
Well, I don't know if she had done a lot before that, had she? Wasn't that kind of her breakout thing?
I don't have any idea.
He probably saw her in like something. She's like, that chick's really hot. Like, I
I'm
want
not
her
sure
feet in
what
my
year
mouth.
that came out, because I know she did like Fools Rush In. She was really young. I don't know about what is the one? No, fuck. What is that one with Antonio Banderas?
Desperado.
Yeah.
Zorro?
Let's see. Sort
No,
of.
that was Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Catherine Zeta-Jones, who is Welsh, by the way, not Spanish at all. She had been, let's see, so TV. She did Desperado.
Is the second one called Once Upon a Time in Mexico?
That's technically the third one in the series. Before Desperado, there was a movie called Mariachi that is not as popular, but kind of sets up Desperado. So she did Desperado first, but she was in a very long line of TV novella kind of stuff. So
Probably commercials.
then
too,
she
at
did
some point.
Desperado in '95, a couple more. She did the music video for Rosalia by Better Than Ezra. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that song.
Oh, I love Better Than Ezra.
But do you know anything other than the what is it?
No.
Good. Oh wow. Good. Wow, wow. Yeah, Rosalia is pretty good.
I mean, I might have heard it, and I just
Yeah, and
don't.
then she does From Dusk Till Dawn. Fools Rush In is later that year.
Oh, okay.
And then let's see.
She did a lot of movies around that time.
The Faculty.
She was
Remember
busy.
gorgeous at that time.
She's still gorgeous.
Oh,
What
yeah,
are you
she's
talking
still
about?
fucking
Was?
gorgeous.
What?
Holy shit.
Was? Good
She's
God.
queen of the gilfs now.
She was in the
Well, no,
the
but I
Faculty.
mean,
Remember that movie?
fuck.
Which one?
I watched it the other day. I completely forgot she was the nurse.
The nurse. The Faculty.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
Well, the alien movie, and it's like, hold on, let me pull this one up. The
It's the best
star-studded
ever.
cast, like
Oh,
so you got
Josh Hartnett.
oh
Yes.
well, Jordana Brewster first off, Josh Hartnett, that guy Sean Hadosey, who you've seen in things but nobody knows his name, Selma Hayek, Femke Jensen, Jon Stewart, Usher was in that.
Yeah.
Robert Patrick, Elijah Wood,
I was about to say, have you said Frodo yet?
John Abrams, the dude who plays the boyfriend in Scary Movie. Not that reminds me though. Not credited from what I see is Danny Masterson was also in that movie.
He was for a second.
For a second, buying drugs off of Josh Hartnett.
Yeah.
Clea Duvall. Who's Laura Harris? Oh yeah, the
Debbie
blonde chick.
Reynolds was in it too,
Debbie Reynolds.
and the Terminator 2,
Piper
the T
Laurie.
2000.
Yeah, Robert Patrick. Christopher McDonald was in it. You know, Shooter McGavin.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was Elijah Wood's dad.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, add that one to
That's a
the fucking
stacked
list.
cast.
It's really good.
If anything, we're gonna have a Patreon of just
good.
us watching fucking movies all day long, which I'm fine
Dude,
with.
I love movie reviews. I'm not gonna lie. I watch that shit all the time because sometimes I'll be like, oh, I want to watch this movie, but I don't want to actually sit and watch it. So then
And-
I'll go and look up a movie review, and then you get to see other people who have never seen it before, so it kind of makes it fresh. And you're like, haha, they've never seen this before.
And
So-
just on a personal note, The Faculty, the first ever movie soundtrack that I bought on DVD or on a CD. From
Really?
FYE in the mall. Oh yeah, it was awesome. They had like the Brick in the Wall cover and
I was gonna bring that up. So yeah,
18 by Creed. 'Cause I'm 18.
shut the
Yeah.
fuck up. Creed did not cover 18.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
Let's go.
I didn't realize that was Creed. But Korn did cover Brick in the Wall, and did you know on the DVD there was a music video with the cast? And I just remember Elijah Wood saying, "Another brick in the wall."
Except he was, you know, like 14 at them. Another brick in the wall. This is before
He
he
still sounds like
he
that.
wasn't even Frodo yet. This was
No,
this was
dude,
like 10 years
I-
before he was Frodo.
I am so confused on how old Elijah Wood is because I have seen him my entire life in movies. Because I remember watching fucking North growing up. If y'all
North.
have ever seen that.
Yeah.
And so I was like, this dude has got to be old as shit. And so when I watched Lord of the Rings, I thought he had to be at least like mid 20s, early 30s. And it turns out like no, he was like 18, 19, 20 or something.
What? Really?
Man.
I think so. I think he was fairly young.
He's born in 81 in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, of all places. Shout out
So he would
Iowa.
have been like 20.
80
Or no, he might have been 19 because I think they started filming in like 98.
81, man. I got to tell you, by the way, IMDb's desktop website fucking blows compared to their app. Like, I can't find goddamn shit on here.
Oh yeah, their desktop and their app and their mobile site are fucking terrible.
Sorry. Gosh darn. Shit. So, The Faculty 91. So, what was he in that? He would have been. God, I got to do math now.
He'd have been 11
No. What?
or 10.
He was
81?
born. He was born in 81. So when he did North, he was 13 when he did North. He also did Huck Finn the year before. Radio Flyer, not sure about that one. He did a bunch of Paula Abdul music videos.
Hmm.
Odd.
I think his first role was in Back to the Future.
Yeah, video game kid. 89, so he would have been 8. 7, 8, somewhere in there. Oh, and then remember right before The Faculty, he plays the lead protagonist in Deep Impact.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that fucking movie too. My parents used to watch that. I fucking hated that movie.
Well, it was obviously, that was back in the day when it's like, wait, they're making a movie about an asteroid? We have to make a movie about an asteroid. Hurry up, let's do it.
It was like all about like these apocalypses, and like I grew up with so much fucking anxiety about the fucking world ending because of like something
Yeah.
natural. Like you had Volcano, you had fucking Twister, you had Dante's Peak.
Dante's Peak. Oh. Dante's Peak. I love that movie.
Was fucking terrified of lava growing up, and
Oh.
then
Dante's Peak, all I can think of when anytime anybody ever talk after watching that movie, when somebody's like, "Oh yeah, I broke my arm," was like, "Was the bone sticking out?" Because like at the like near the end, you know, he gets like crushed in the car and he breaks his arm and like the fucking bone's sticking out. And I was like,
Compound fracture.
so I just thought like from then on, every time somebody's like, "Oh yeah, like I fell out of a tree and broke my arm," it's like, "Ooh, the bone came out."
shit.
Twister, right
Fucking
around then.
cow.
Twister is a good one. Twister, RIPP packs, by the way, but Twister is on in the Schofield house at least once a month.
It's a good one. Holly Hunt. Oh, no, that's not her name.
No,
Yeah.
Helen Hunt.
Helen Hunt. Yeah.
Helen
Thank
Hunt.
you.
That was such a good fucking movie.
But yeah, Elijah Wood and Deep Impact. So how old are we in Lord of the Rings? Hold on. I would be able to pull up at this fucking
would've
website.
been, like, 18.
Sucks.
He got married like super young in that movie. His character.
Yeah,
They're, like,
because in order to
teenagers and
say,
got
because
married.
he is the first person to spot the asteroid, right? So he
Oh, I
gets
don't
like,
remember that much.
so
in
he
it.
gets to go to whatever that fucking mountain bunker is in Colorado, and
Yeah.
he can only bring family. So he marries the Helen Hunt lookalike.
That what she was big, like in there, like the late 90s.
Let's see what her name
She
is.
was in a couple movies.
She's
She played Joan of Arc, I think.
I don't know if she's Joan of Arc. That was
Yeah, I think she was in that movie.
Lily Sobieski.
Yeah, she had a different name.
Sobieski.
Spieski.
Sobieski.
She was in the Glass House movie.
She was
too.
also in she plays the girl that the dad's pimping her out in Eyes Wide Shut.
Eyes Wide Shut is something
Oh,
else. I
yeah.
fucking love that movie.
That's one I haven't seen, but I've read, like I've watched.
Eyes Wide. You've never
reviews
seen Eyes
about
Wide
it.
Shut?
Mm-mm.
I don't even know that's one we can do a watch along for. Oh, she was also
Oh.
in Jungle to Jungle.
Oh,
Tim
that one's
Allen?
fucking
Yeah,
amazing.
that's right. She was that girl. I knew she was in something.
Yeah, with
like that.
Mimi Siku.
That's the one with Tim Allen, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god, that one was one of my favorites as a kid.
Tim Allen and Martin Short.
Sam Huntington. Why does that sound so familiar?
Wait, was Martin Short the son?
No.
Martin Short's the father of that girl's character in the
Gotcha.
show.
Oh, okay.
Like Tim Allen's business partner, lawyer, or something like that.
Sobieski. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Womb. God, that guy like. If everybody could just like pull up random shit out of the bottom of their brain stems, like fucking Womb Raider, like we should all be on goddamn mushrooms. Use that
It's like
power.
a superpower.
Use that power for good, Womb. Use the power for good.
Use it for naughtiness, please.
I have really weird abilities to pull up like random movie knowledge, but I literally only use it to win arguments with my wife. She'd be like, "Is that like?" She'd be like, "Is that the guy?" And even before she says it, I'm like, "No." She's like, "You know what I could say?" Is like, "That's not the guy you're thinking of."
MC brings up a really good one. 13 Ghosts.
We've talked
I
about
have
that on
not
the
seen
show
that one.
before. We've talked about that.
It's a
I've actually
that
already,
one's so good. So
we've
I
already
actually
talked about it because it's on my list.
I think I've said this before. I found a video about a guy who actually went through every single ghost and talked about its background, and it was like way cooler than the fucking movie itself, with the background of all the ghosts, and even some that they didn't like hardly even show, but for a second. It's
Well,
like
I think at one point HBO there was talks about them doing like a mini series that's like each episode is like the origin of the ghost.
yes, that would exactly. Yeah, that would be so cool because so for instance, everyone's freaked out from the jackal, the one with the cage on its head. That's super creepy.
To
That
this
was
day, still freaks me out. The one that
Right?
also freaks me out is the hot chick.
the princess.
Yeah,
I don't remember her story as much,
mainly
but
because
so
she just looks like every Russian stripper from South Florida that I've ever met.
this with cuts,
Just like, well, I mean, have you ever met a stripper from South Florida? They don't like themselves.
open wounds.
Mm.
I'm assuming they're not open wounds. But so like the jackal, number one, I thought it was a woman. It's a man.
Is it? I thought it was a woman.
Yeah, it's
Now
a
that
dude.
now that I know it's a guy, I'm less scared.
I know, right? That
scared
kind of
now.
makes it weird. But like, he knew he was crazy and turned himself in, and like try to do the right thing and by like society. And just like
Then what they do? They
totally
put a cage on
fucking
his head,
kills
like
it.
drowns him. That and the fucking swole ass black dude with fucking railroad spikes all on
The
his face.
railroad spikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude was yes. Like
Oh,
there's
yeah.
so many that were so
I've
like
watched that
creepy.
movie so many. This is weird. It goes back to, my talks about having to go fucking every summer to like weird Lutheran youth camps. But like I probably watched that movie like 50 times at like church youth group
Right? Like
camp outs. Like it was like, you want to watch 13 Ghosts? Fuck yeah, I want to watch 13 Ghosts.
it was good.
Especially
Matthew
in, like, a
Lillard's
creepy
character was
church.
great.
We're Lutheran, like a Catholic light. Like we're all just repressed.
No, but like the old buildings with like the creepy basements. With, like,
Yeah,
the-
churches are weird, but I grew up in one that like it was kind of like a bigger one, so you had like the actual like church, like the chapel. I don't know what you fucking call it, but then like
Oh, and then you had like the parish hall.
then the rest of it's just like essentially like a fucking like school, So
Yeah.
you don't go in there. You don't go where the fucking crucifix is once you're freaked out. Even though I made out in there one time, but
Oh. What gets you hotter than Jesus?
it's fucking and it's
Hotter than hell.
again this is Catholic light, so it's still like it's not quite as creepy like as Catholic, but like Jesus is still on that crucifix that I'm making out underneath,
Yeah, that's weird feelings.
Did y'all see what Sarah said? A horror movie watch along in October for Halloween.
Yes, we'll do that for sure. For sure.
That'd be a fun one.
Again, like we're
That would
talking,
be really fun.
we're talking about starting a Patreon, and it's less about like any kind of money because we won't make any money off of it, but more about like being able to do that kind of stuff for fun. So, and maybe make enough money to like, I don't know, rent a stripper next time we're all somewhere in the same place. But like a midget one, even though they seem to be more expensive than a normal stripper.
I mean,
Ah.
there's less of them, so supply and demand.
Yeah, I guess it's how you look at it. Like, am I paying by the inch, or is it the same rate compressed into size?
It's supply versus demand.
Okay. What if we
Yeah, I'd say
had?
it's supply and demand.
What if we had a party, and we're like, we hired a stripper, and it looks like a normal sized person coming in, but with a trench coat, and then they take off the trench coat, and it's just like a midget on top of another midget, like on their shoulders.
Oh my god.
I think it'd fit our demographic and everyone we know.
I think we'd have to pay them a lot to do that. And that's like if they could pull off walking.
I would bet if we did this in Austin, I could make some phone calls, and there's certain people that would contribute to making this happen.
Oh yeah. Just for the content,
But
they
it
would
has
get
to
from
be
it, too.
like that. They have to come in. The arms are going to be the hard part. They might have to get the little like T-Rex grippy sticks and put like fake hands on the ends of them through like sleeves.
Mannequin arms.
Well, then they take it off. It's like, who's ready to party? And they dump the like not a trench coat, a fur coat. Dump the fur coat, and it's two midget strippers, one on top of the other.
I'm down for this. This would be amazing. I know a few people who would love to be at this too, just so they could fucking film it for their channels.
Two
That would
things
probably
are going to
contribute.
happen. We're going to get canceled, or we're going to get really fucking famous.
I mean,
And
look at what that one guy does.
and Womb Raider's going to have sex with both of them. I guarantee that. So,
Womb's gonna get them both pregnant and have like half midget, half womb kids.
oh, have you ever seen him? I've had him on the show before. He's a big dude. He's
Yeah, no, I've had him on mine.
he's a solidly built bro. Like him.
Oh, he's a Viking.
He's gonna have to duct tape those midgets before he even has sex with them.
He could like stack them on top of each other, like Andre the Giant used to do with prostitutes.
There
They
you
just
go.
like hit them both with the hand at the same time.
There you go. Now we're on to something. This is exactly why my wife's like, "What are you guys going to talk about?" And I was like, "I don't know. We just make this shit up as we go along, and it turns fucking fantastic." I had no idea I was going to come up with the idea to have a midget on another midget's shoulders underneath a fur coat, like kind of like the scene from Little Rascals where they're trying to buy lumber.
Do you think we could try to get him to buy
I think is-
alcohol?
Fucking BoJack Horseman with that character. I do business. I do business.
I'm an adult.
I'm
I
an
have a
adult.
mustache.
Womb Raider, I'm only 6'3".
Oh, dude, I'm like 5'6", 5'7". Shut the fuck up.
You are a dainty man. Is that blunt hitting you right now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting here smirking my ass off, watching Womb fucking laugh in the chat.
Good God. But yeah, we'll definitely have to do that. So we have a list of movies to watch. But yeah, also like
Yeah, we do.
in the comments or just DMs or whatever, if we did do a Patreon and had to like do content that would require to be on Patreon, like what would you guys want to see? We've been bouncing it around. We talk about like game show stuff. Jake's gonna do like a little like 20-minute DJ sesh before these normal episodes. So keep an
Just
eye out
talk
for
shit.
those. Talk shit, get high, as Jake is wont to do. He's like our Giorgio.
But they're not as cute.
Oh, you're cute. Come on, don't sell yourself short. I like a shaved Jake better, though. I will
Yeah,
say.
no, I need to do that again. It's getting a little too long. It's getting a little uncomfortable.
Is getting your face waxed a thing?
I feel like it is, but that's not something I'd want to do.
I
Maybe
mean,
I'm-
I'm sure.
Because I know people get their hair lasered off on their face.
Yeah. So that one guy Tilly I had on, he talks about it on the show where he had face tattoos, and he got them lasered off, and it's essentially he said it's almost the exact same thing as laser hair removal. So now like he can't grow a beard,
Oh.
Damn.
and I was like, I mean, yeah, but you also don't have face tattoos, so face tats are
Yeah.
aggressive.
Depending on what you got.
Yeah.
Well, his were like on his jawline. He had like one coming down his jawline.
Oh, like the beard face tats?
Mm-hmm.
Those are intense. Like, that's like...
Yeah, that's like you
Uh,
did.
And then
You
he
did
had
hard time.
some up above each eyebrow. Like
Oh,
one face tat. Like he's got his wife's like first initial, like in Old English, like underneath his eye. You know, like okay, I can handle like a little face tat, but like if you're like fully face tatted, man, like that dude on TikTok who had the actual ICP like clown juggalo shit tattooed on his face
Oh,
and is now getting
yeah.
it lasered off. He's like, yeah, like this is the results of drug and alcohol use in my 20s. It's like, man, you must have been on some fucking wild shit. Because I've been on some benders in my 20s and never thought, like, know what I'm going to do? Get juggalo makeup tattooed on my face.
Well, I think the Juggalo screams, I do meth.
Do they?
So,
Have you ever met juggalos? I don't know if I've ever actually met a juggalo.
I've met a juggalo.
did they do meth?
What was that?
You alright over there?
There's a motorcycle.
Oh, I thought
Sorry.
somebody's tum-tum was grumbling.
No, it's a motorcycle.
Have you ever been in public and heard somebody's stomach like,
Yeah, like in school all the time, being stuck with kids,
mm-hmm.
people's stomachs.
Just
making
waiting for that
noises.
rectangular ass pizza for lunch?
Yep.
To this day, one of the worst and best pizzas ever.
I
Wild,
think
right?
simple cheeseburgers were like way better than the pizza.
Yeah, those boiled hamburgers.
Oh yeah.
They just remind me of Burger King. Burger
Yeah, that's
King
why they were
reminds
good.
me of elementary burgers.
I haven't had Burger King in forever.
Yeah, I might go get that after the show
Do
today.
they have chicken fries still?
Yeah.
There we go. I think they have
Oh,
spicy
no.
chicken fries.
And then they got like I think ghost pepper ranch or something too.
What? Damn. Might have to go hit up some fucking Burger King. Oof.
Burger King.
Burger King.
I was just
Burger
thinking, no,
King.
those fucking. So, I went to high school in like the early to mid 2000s. Like 8 Mile came out when I was like a sophomore. So there's like
Oh.
all of a sudden now there was like a bunch of white kids speaking Ebonics, like openly.
Fun.
I just remember there was
Like
This-
the whitest kids you know episodes.
there was I went to school with a white kid who had come allegedly, he claimed, had come from Compton. We called him Compton ass. His name was Randy. We called him Compton ass Randy. And he just like, "Hey y'all, I got some ducats. Let's go to Bubba King. Get some burgers." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about, man?"
Oh no.
We're all like 13 and raised in North Carolina. Like nothing you said just made any sense,
It's
dude.
like, bro, you went to elementary school with us. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up in Compton. Like, dude, you moved here in 4th grade. Come on now.
No.
My mom has a very good friend who is a teacher, a white teacher who grew up in Compton and taught in Compton for a while. I want to get him on the show. He seems like a pretty funny guy. Like, odd story. Another guy covered in tats. He's an elementary school principal now, just covered in tats.
My brother-in-law's dad grew up in Compton, but he was like, it wasn't what it was now, like
Yeah.
then.
Well, I
So-
mean, I've listened to enough NWA that I feel like I can relate with people that have grown up in Compton.
For sure.
You're basically from Compton at this point. with
In the
how much
foothills
NWA
of Appalachia, you
Yes.
definitely can relate.
Yeah,
mean, with how much he
somewhere
says the
somewhere
N-word.
between the Appalachian Mountains and the Piedmont of North Carolina. I know all about them chicken heads and
I
rolling
understand.
dice. Yeah. You know, the dope man and all that shit. Schoolyard cluckers had them all over the place.
I don't even know what the fuck you're saying right now.
He's just going off about I don't
Cluckers?
know.
Have you never listened to NWA? Like, come on.
I have known one song. I watched the movie and I heard what was on
Movie's
there.
a great one. I would say let's do a
It was
watch.
really good.
Let's do a watch along for that movie. But after I watch that movie, for one, incredible movie. I have to be really careful for like a solid 3 hours after watching that movie about what I say.
Starts dropping the N-word.
Oh, like the kids will be out, you know, like spending the night. And my wife will be like, "Let's watch fucking Straight Outta Compton." Like, yeah, and we'll watch it after it's done. Like, she'd be like, "You want to like get some sushi?" You're like, "Oh nope, can't say it."
JJ Button.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
they're like,
Shit.
yes, I would love to go get sushi with you.
Start talking with like a proper English
My
accent.
Caucasian
Okay.
wife.
Oh god. See, that's what you have to do. You just have to start saying all the white slurs.
All the whites. Cracker, please.
Well, not that one, but you know, for the ones that they have for like all the Europeans. They have different ones,
What
right?
are those? What are white people slurs?
Well, they have the ones for like Italian and
Oh
then
yeah. The
That's a
G
fun
the
one to
G
say.
word. Nobody ever talks about the G word or the W word.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, the W word's a fun one.
Can
But I
we
know they
can-
have
can
other
we say
ones
that?
for like
Can we,
Poles.
can we say that one? I don't know. Do
What?
people care about white people slang or like white people derogatory words? Because
I'm
I mean,
Hispanic, I'll drop it.
Italian's not a race; it's a nationality.
I'm basically
so
Mexican.
so the Spanish one, which I will call the S word. Um,
I have some content ideas about going to a zoo with that one.
so I pulled like a total Tom Segura one time because I was just like drunk as fuck, and like me and my wife were just like having a nice afternoon, and my mother-in-law like insisted that we go look at this house that she was thinking about buying, and she is Spanish, she is South American, and so she did not know what that word meant. And I spent the afternoon convincing her that it meant like traditional Spanish. So that she's just like dropping it on the realtor. Like, I'm really looking for a house that is more of like that word like. And the realtor, who is
Holy
a very
fucking
good friend of mine,
shit.
by the way, I was like, I'll let you know on the joke later. It's fine.
So were you guys just walking around?
Oh,
Have you ever told her?
I think she figured it out
day.
eventually. This was 7 or 8 years ago.
Oh.
But yeah, that was a fun afternoon for me.
I bet it was.
I wasn't the one saying it; she was.
Yeah.
So, Italians aren't white. Like, what are they then?
Olive.
Olive.
They're Mediterranean, right?
They're made of trees. What the
Yeah, they're made of olive trees. You guys didn't know that?
I seriously thought you were saying they're made of trees. But then you said the Mediterranean.
Oh Lord! And I think that's our cue. That is our cue of the edibles that Charlie took in before the show kicking in.
No, that's just purely me.
Good Lord.
That is my brain.
So, anyways, everybody knows the drill. Like and subscribe on YouTube. 5-star, leave a review on iTunes. 5-star on, what's the other one? Spotify. The one you use if you don't have an iPhone. Like, go get an iPhone. Jesus. Green message. Like sending a carrier pigeon to somebody. My best friend has an Android. I send him a green message like every time. It's like World War I. Like, go little pigeon fly. I hope you make it. You know?
Please don't get lost in the ether of SMS.
The worst thing is getting stuck in the group messages and then not being able to get out of them.
Oh, that's bad. I just block everyone at that point.
Yeah, you have to block everyone.
Everyone. They was like, I haven't heard from you in a while, man. You okay? It's like, no, I just blocked you because I'm in some fucking stupid group message.
Sorry, not sorry.
Or you guys are like planning, like whatever. But also, yeah, go to repcps.com and use the promo code Nooner to get 10% off of your Show Me That Butthole hat. Speaking of that, I never noticed this until today. The new Hard AF promo features Hope Solo's butthole.
Oh, I saw that today. I had to go look at the video to see.
I'd never noticed it until they did it. I was like, holy shit. Brilliant.
Holy is right.
Yeah, holy and shit. So
Shithole,
shout out to our boy Joel for doing that one. Brilliant.
Oh,
But
guy's a fucking
anyways,
G.
that's it for tonight, guys. I'm going to go try to catch the end of the Stanley Cup Finals because go Golden Knights. They're making this shit look fucking easy. But for Charlie, for